Hi guys, it's Coach Alex here. I'm sitting here with Coach Angel and Coach Gracie, and this is our first day that we're going to go ahead and put out some videos for you guys, share some drills with you that you guys can do at home while we're sitting here dealing with the gym closure and the isolation. And also, I'm going to show you a few submissions at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the first thing I want you to work on today is actually work on your bridging. That is one of the most important things that you guys can learn. People say it's the hip escape, right? But the hip escape requires that you actually learn how to bridge first. Okay, so what we're going to do is today is let's go ahead and work on that bridge. We're going to lay down on our back here, okay? And we're going to try to get our feet as close to our butt as possible. The closer they are, the higher you can go and the more space you can create. Okay, what I don't want to see is I don't want you to see you guys just doing this, feet close to your butt, like, okay, bridge. And you lift a little bit and then you're doing this. Okay, that's not bridging, that's rolling. Okay, all right, girls? You don't want to do that.
Don't do it.
Okay, so let's go ahead, and the proper way to bridge is put your feet close to your butt. Get up here, get high up on your shoulder blades. Okay, we're high up on our shoulder blades. There's nothing touching underneath here. And then we roll over on our shoulder. Okay, and then back down. And now the other side. Bridge up and roll over on our shoulder. We use our hand to reach so that if someone's on top, we can underhook and bridge them off this way. Okay, back down, other side. We take that underhook here, we bridge up, and then we reach over and touch. But look at how we're on our shoulder, we're not on our butts, our back's not touching. So what I want you to do is, sit up, goes. I want you to go ahead and do this 20 to 30 times, and that's going to be the first thing that I want you to do so that we can build on that bridging. And I can share with you how we use it, okay? Sounds good. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and use that bridge, right? Like, what do we do it for? It's not just to lift somebody up. Yes, when they're mounted on, you bridge off and you can try to pop them off this way. I'm going to show you a little bit of submission why we kind of don't want to do that. So what we want to do is we want to use that to be able to create space so we can hip escape and escape the mount. Okay, so we're going to do feet close to our butt again. And what we're going to do is we're going to bridge up high on our butt here. And then as we do, we're going to get up on our shoulder and rotate our butt up in the air to create space. We're going to actually open their legs up with our butt. Girls, let's demonstrate really quick. Okay, so we're here, we bridge up, we roll up on our shoulder here, and then we shoot our butt up in the air to open that leg. So their knees here, we're actually pushing it open with that. Now we're going to go back down, other side, bridge up, turn here, and then shoot your butt out. Look at my body's still not on the floor here. I'm actually pushing out here. I'm opening up their legs with my body. Okay? Again, one more time. Up, turn on your shoulder, and then butt up here. Help your kids do this. So for example, if you're working with your child here, you say, okay, bridge up, roll up on your shoulder, and say, now get your butt up. This is the hardest part, trying to get their butt up. Have them face down, and grab them by their belt here and say, push up, and then you lift them up this way, and then you bring them back down. Okay? Now they go the other way, you lift them up, say go to your stomach here, and then have them push up, and then back down. Okay? That's how you can help your child learn how to bridge properly and how to use that for the mount escape. Over and how to use this bridge is we're going to actually learn how to use our legs when we're bridging to get the person back in the half guard. We want to avoid this, okay? A lot of times what I see people doing is they don't bridge, feet close to the butt, they start to bridge, and then they start doing this with their arms. The minute my arms come away from my body, I'm putting myself in danger for an arm bar here. Or possibly a key lock, okay? Because I'm pushing myself away and I'm moving my arms away from my body. I want to keep them tight. So how can we use the bridge effectively to get out of that and put them back in the half guard? So as we bridge up here, we roll up on our shoulder, right? We keep our hands here pushing on the knee. Yes, your hands, but your elbow stays your side. You step over. Grab their foot with your heel. Grab their foot and bring it up over your leg and then lock it and back down. Okay? Girls, let's demonstrate this really quick. So I want you to drill this 20 to 30 times as well. You're going to bridge up, rock up to your shoulder, step over. Grab it, pull with your heel, over your leg, lock it, and back down. Other side, bridge up, step over, bring it in, and back down. Okay? That's how we're going to use the bridge to escape the mount by hooking their foot and putting them back in the half guard. Okay? Alright, so next what we want to go ahead and work on is we want to learn how to use the bridge to escape the side control. Alright, a lot of times what I'm seeing is when you're on your side here, right, you're bridging up. Or you're bridging up just straight up here and trying to push them off. Well then what are you going to do once they're up here? You can't necessarily bring your knees inside here and then face them or put them back in the half guard. You have to start facing your opponent. So when we bridge up, we're going to do the same thing. Off the ground, roll up on your shoulder, and as I'm holding them up here, I'm actually going to escape the leg that's closest to our partner here. I'm going to go under, all the way across here, and when I get to this side here, I'm going to bring my knees in forward. So now I'm in a position to be able to do a double leg takedown, or tap their knees and then charge them forward. Okay? Girls, let's demonstrate this really quick. Okay? So we're here. This time we're going to start with this side first. A person's here on side control, and we're defending. They're crushing us. They're smashing us. So we're going to feet close to our butt, bridge up, rock up on our shoulder, leg goes underneath, all the way, knees in. Now we're ready. We're facing our partner. We're ready to take them down. Other side, so you can see the back. Okay, here we go. So we're going to bridge up, roll up on our shoulder, leg underneath here, all the way to your toes here, and then suck your knees in. Now we're here. Now we're ready to escape and begin try to gain a more dominant position with our opponent. Alright, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is, again, all these bridging is when someone's side control or someone's mounted. So now I'm going to teach you some attacks from the person that's on the mount. They're actually going to be variations of different chokes or attacks that you can do from the mount. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is, I saw this, I believe, I'm not sure which Gracie it was, but I saw them do this and I want to share this with you if you haven't learned how to do it. Okay, so it's going to be an armbar from the top, but there's a slight variation because sometimes you have people defending very well and you can't grab their arm. Okay, so Coach Angel's going to help out here. She's going to go to the mount. Okay, and she goes to the mount here. Most people will defend this way or this way. Either way, we're going to go ahead and look for the hand that's on the bottom. Okay, if the hands are crossed here, look for the hand that's on the bottom. Look, she's trying to get her arm in and she can't because I'm too strong. She can't dig it in there. I'm not giving her any space. Okay, most people are always trying to pull up on the arm. They're trying to pull up to try to get that hand in there. That's not effective. What we're going to do is we're going to actually go contrary to that. We're going to actually push down. But we're going to grab the hand that's on the bottom. Which hand's on the bottom? This one. All right. So she's going to go ahead and grab the wrist with one hand and grab like the forearm right by the elbow with the other one there. Okay? Just like you're riding a scooter or a bike. So what she's going to do is she's going to lock her arms and she's going to push straight down on it. See how it went to my neck? What you're not noticing is that when she pushes this hand, because this hand's on top here, as she pushes that hand down, that moves this hand away from my body and creates an opening here for her to put her arm. As she does that here, she's going to go ahead and reach her arm inside, grab her shoulder, then she's going to block my shoulder with her knee here. She's going to tuck her other leg underneath, just like we do our S mount, under the armpits, and she's going to squeeze so that I can't move anywhere. This is stuck. She still has a hold of my wrist, so I can't defend with this. She has her hand on her shoulder here. This is going to be pretty tight. Now, as she leans over to step over here, pinches her knees, now she can let go of that wrist here and finish. My hand was trapped here. I know I can try to defend, but my hand was trapped when she sat on it, so I couldn't really move it to defend this arm bar. And then that's too late. Okay, let's go through it again, Angel. So we're here. Which hand's on the bottom? All right, so grab that hand, grab the wrist, grab that forearm, and then shove it into my neck. Tell your kids, push my hand behind my ear on this side. Push it. There. Now that open that up. Now tell them, hug your shoulder. Here. Like face the wall or face the door. Here. When they face the door, they automatically bring their knees so they can balance. Okay, they'll do that. So now we're going to go ahead and tuck that arm and say, go ahead and sit on my... There you go. So you're talking to your kids now, say, sit on that. Now go ahead and step over the head. Step over the head here. Hug the arm, pinch your knees, and slowly fall back, okay? And let him go ahead and finish that arm bar. Okay? So that's what you want to go ahead and do when you're working with your kids. You want to make sure that you break things down simply so they can understand. There's a lot of details that we don't necessarily need to cover with the kids. They just need to start getting the motions. So when you're working with your children at home, just have them get the motions. When we're back in training, I'll be able to help them kind of fine tune everything. All right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into another choke. The most popular choke, of course, from the mount is the cross choke. You know, we put your hands in, we put your head on the mat, and finish that choke. A lot of times, though, as you probably experienced, is it's not that easy. It's not that easy to get both hands in, because there are a lot of times they're defending, and a lot of guys are like, nope. Once you get that first hand in, they're like, oh no, they're going to try to choke me, and then they're defending it the whole time. So we're going to demonstrate a little variation that you can use to go ahead and finish the choke anyways. So, Coach Angel, mount. So she's here, and she's attacking that cross choke. So she managed to get her first hand in, and she's got it way behind the neck, like, okay, great. The minute I felt that, like, oh no, she's choking me, and I'm here, I'm defending, I'm like, no. And she's trying to get her hand underneath it. She's trying to go underneath, and there's no room for her to come inside. So then she's trying to go over, and I'm blocking, like, nope, you're not going to do that. I've seen a lot of you struggling with this. So when I go ahead and I'm here, she's attacking, she goes under, I'm defending, nope, she goes over, I grab her. Again, I grab her, she grabs me now. She grabs my gi, and she's going to do is she's going to just yank my arm across her body here, and then she's going to lay her chest on the back of my tricep and put her head on the mat. Tap. Okay, let me slow down so I can so I can talk. Well, she's choking me here. So when you bring this across, what I want to make sure that you don't do is here, as I'm defending here, she goes across, she grabs my sleeve, that she just doesn't pull it a little bit here and lays on the back of my forearm. Here, look at all this space. There's no choke happening here. And even if she puts her head on the mat, there's nothing happening, okay? So you really want to get that arm all the way across so their shoulder's choking them. So we push it all the way across. There's my shoulder and my neck. You can already hear my voice changing because of the way she's attacking. Now she's just going to lay on it. Lay on it, put her head on the mat, and there's the pressure, okay? There's the pressure for the submission. So let's go ahead and do it one more time a little bit faster here. So she's here, she's got the first hand in, I'm defending, she's got the hand like no, she's going under, can't do that, she's going over, like nope, she grabs it, yanks it across, and then finishes. Tap. Alright? So we want to go ahead and do, that's going to be the first variation of the cross choke. If they're defending, what you can do. Okay? And we're going to go into the next variation now. Okay, so now for this variation of the choke for the defense, I'm going to have Coach Gracie help us with this. It's going to be exactly the same setup. They're defending. You can't seem to get your hand in. What do you do? Okay, Gracie, let's go ahead and mount. Now, if you have kids like me and they're smaller and they're younger, they're not going to be able to get the full mount, okay? So just let them have a little bit of fun with it. So we're here, and she's got her first hand in here, and she's trying to defend. And like, no, she's not getting it. And she grabs the sleeve, she's trying to pull her across, and I'm like, I'm too strong for her, right? So what she's going to actually end up doing is, that's fine. She's actually going to lean over, put her hand on the mat, all the way across on this side. Then she's going to push her elbow to the mat, and then she's going to slide the back of her tricep right on my neck here. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay? So, this is a variation of the choke where you don't necessarily need to grab here or grab your hand or pull their hand across and trap it. If they're not letting you, go ahead, they put their hand in first, and they're not letting you because their hand's too strong or they got their hand locked on your arm here, that you can't pull it across, not a problem. Lean forward, put your hand on the mat, put your elbow on the mat. Now just slide your elbow across and bring your body over. Okay. These are kind of real tears of pride, and I'm happy to see that she's doing a good job, but this choke gets really tight really fast, okay? So have your kids go ahead and work on it. If they're smaller, not a problem. Just go ahead and let them put their feet up so they can balance and try to work this move first. They don't necessarily have to have their knees on the ground to do that. All right, let's go on to the final choke I want you guys to learn for today. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to work with your kids, especially if they're smaller, right? We just talked about it, like they can't get the full mount. What do we do? And actually you, as a practitioner, you should probably learn this as well. You know, what you don't want to do is come in here, and when they're mounted here, you don't want them to mount and then put their feet underneath your back here. They put their feet underneath their back here, to try to hold on, you sit on this here, it pushes their heel down, and once their heel can't move anymore, it starts putting pressure on the knee and starts tearing into the knee. Okay? The other thing that some people like to do is they like to grapevine the legs. They're here and they're trying to stretch you out. Well, to get out, all you got to do is stretch out here, and now the grapevine is broken. Okay? So it's some people have got strong legs, the grapevine works effectively, but the minute they strain their leg out, they're out. Okay? And that leaves you susceptible. Anytime your legs are locked, whether it's underneath or in the grapevine, you're trapped. You know, when you do this bridge here, your foot's already there. You put your foot in there, so I can try to, if you can't grapevine me and I got a little bit of lift, I'll be able to sweep you over. So let's go ahead and learn the hip ride. The hip ride, I want you to put the bottom of your feet on the hip bones here. Okay? And then on this side, the same thing. Now look at, this does something great, because now if I try to push her, no matter how small she is, I can't push her leg into my half guard. See that? I can't push it in no matter what I try to do, because her feet are caught on my hips here. Now also, as I try to bridge up, she's very balanced. She can feel me moving because her feet are caught on my hips. She's not caught by surprise, bumping her up off her butt. She knows exactly where I'm going with it, so she can clinch with her feet and grab on. See that? Okay, so let's work that hip right. So now, let's say all you're left to do then is pretty much what everybody does. They're here, and then they try to bridge up and then push them off. Okay, as I push them off, I want to teach you guys how to go to the Gogo Plata from that. You push up. As I push her up, try to push her off, she's going to slide her leg inside here. See that? As I push her up, she brought that hip ride all the way up, brought her foot across here, and hooked the back of my ear here. Okay? And then she has her knee on this side. Now she's going to grab the back of my head here and slowly pull up as she pushes her leg down. Tap. This is the Gogo Plata. Go back to the hip ride. So again, from the hip ride, she's here. I bridge up. I push. She slid her leg up to the top here and sat back down. Now she has her foot hooked on my ear. Her knee's on the opposite side. She's just going to grab the back of my head and pull up. Tap. Now, some people might say, okay, what happens? Well, they're going to roll me. Coach, they're going to roll me. You know, because I'm off balance here. If I take my hand off, it's going to be off balance. No problem. I roll here. She still has the Gogo Plata. See that? That's still there. She still has the back of my head. So now she's going to reach back, lift her leg up, and pull down. Okay. So she can still get that submission. What I want you guys to also, because if you're working with your kids at home, you're not going to be able to mount them and slide your whole shin across their neck. You don't want to hurt your kids. So let's go ahead and just adapt it for you to work with them. Okay, so you get your reps in while they get their reps in. So you're here. Okay, hip ride from the guard. You just have your feet on the hips. You're here, right? What I want you to do is from here, go up here, grab the back of their head here, reach up, and slightly pull here. Okay, and again, so we're here, we hip ride, we slide up here, pull, and finish. Okay? So this is actually the four things, the four reps, the four warm-up exercises I want you to work on so you can work on your bridging. And then the four submissions that I want you to work on while you're at home for today. Really get a lot of reps in while you're there so that when you come back, all we got to do is fine-tune it, okay? And if you need to review it, go back and review it. But I'll be back again tomorrow showing you some different things. Again, guys, thank you guys so much. Angel, come over here, please. I want you guys to make sure that you guys stay safe. And don't forget to wash your hands, okay? Don't forget to take care of each other. If you guys need anything, reach out to each other. I know one of our members already said, if you guys need babysitting help, she's available. So, guys, we're a community. We're a family here. Let's go ahead. We train as a family. So help each other out in need. If you have any questions, reach out to me. All right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll be back again tomorrow with something else. Thanks.